yeah, to the second episode of the Anatomy of BL.
I'm Tobbs, aka Peanut Butter Cup.
I am Cubs, aka Dandelion, and let's get into it. So today on our tier list, we're going to be discussing the history universe, starting from the very first history down to the most recent, which is History 4 Close to You. So
basically, we took a trip to Taiwan. We kind of
sitting in Taiwan, sitting in Taiwan.
The video is just going to be a history recap.
Actually,
I'm excited. You want to kick us off? Oh, we need the synopsis.
We need the synopsis. I don't know why I didn't pull it up first, but history. But basically, okay, I'll preface this by saying that the first history that we're going to discuss, Obsessed, right? Okay, let me explain the structure of history first, actually.
Oh, yeah.
The first season, all of them are 4 episodes long. All the episodes are about like 20-something minutes long, right? Each of the first season of history. It's 3 stories, seemingly unconnected, but they are connected by the ones that follow afterwards. We might get into the connections, we might not, we will see, right? But the second season is then, there's only 2 of them. In the first season, there's 3 of them. The second season, there's only 2 stories. Each of them have about 8 episodes. Was it 8?
Yeah, about 8.
Yeah, it's about.
It was more, but
yeah, it was about 8 episodes for each of them. Still 20-something minutes long each, and yeah. And then the third season also had 2 stories, about 20 episodes, I think.
Yeah, 20. It's technically 10 episodes.
Yeah,
it's like a 20 situation.
Yeah, because I think each of the episodes are about like 10 minutes long or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the most recent, which is History 4, we still don't have I don't know if we're going to have a full, like a second 4.
Yeah, I heard talks of History 5.
Yeah.
Nobody has been saying that there's going to be a second 4, so I don't know.
That's true. So there's in History 4, where it has, how many episodes did it have?
They had the most for sure.
I think they had the most. I think it was it like a solid, I don't remember. They had the most and they had the longest runtime. It's okay, we don't have to figure it out right now. We will talk about it when we talk about it. But yeah. So History 1. Obsessed is gonna be the first one that we talk about. Okay. Just to preface it though, we're not gonna necessarily talk about them in order of how they got released, because I don't even know what order they actually technically got released, to be entirely honest with you.
It might have been first.
Exactly.
So don't care about that shit. We just History 1, History 2, History 3, History 4. That's how we're gonna be talking about it. But within the histories, we don't have a specific order.
Exactly. So okay. So the synopsis goes, another part of the History web series follows the story of Xiao Yi-tian, a man who dies in an accident involving his boyfriend Jiang Jingteng. Xiao Yi-tian is reborn and sent back 9 years, right? Or 9 years back, right?
Mm-hmm.
To save his future self, he avoids Jiang Jingteng and avoids his feelings for him. Problem is, Xiao Yi-tian has loved Jiang Jingteng for a long time and has written about him in his diary. While destroying the diary, Jiang Jingteng discovers a few pages, causing Jiang Jingteng to become curious about Xiao Yi-tian. Will he resist the love of the handsome man Jiang Jingteng and save his future self, or will he fall for the same man twice and risk his life?
The team. First of all, to kick off this thing already started off angsty as fuck. Episode 1, we start off with like,
it started out with him
guy crying and running away, being like, leave me alone.
literally,
And then dying.
Yeah.
Getting knocked and like, oh, he's dead.
Yeah. That was literally the introduction. I won't lie though, to be honest, because History, I think it was like the second BL ever I watched, right? The second or the third, I don't remember, second or third, right around there. It was my guilty watch. It was like,
Can't remember, like, I don't have like second, third, whatever, but
Yeah.
one of the first ones that I did watch.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a guilty watch, but at the time,
goals.
Go.
No, I wasn't like goals. Let me explain why I'm like.
I watched Obsessed in high school.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I was like, what if I got a guy to be obsessed with me? Like, I was like, what thing are they?
True.
Please,
But you were in your Wattpad phase. Okay, you get an excuse because you were in your Wattpad phase.
yeah, we do that.
I was already in university. Like, I was like first year vibes.
Yeah.
So I already like knew toxic relationship, toxic dynamic. But
Literally, I was like, no.
So by the time I watched it, she had already watched it way back when.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know, I shouldn't like it, but I do. It was my guilty watch. I remember there was so many times where I went back and rewatched it. That same.
I was watching BLs in high school. There were not a lot, so I'm not really sure I didn't watch it multiple.
Yeah.
And in watching it, like, it's not good. It's very toxic. It's bad.
Toxic.
It's bad. What he was saying was bad.
It was. The thing is, I think as well, like, okay, in case you don't know, we're not spoiler free.
Spoilers, yeah, like
Spoilers everywhere. So basically, when Jang Jin Tang starts like obsessing over Shao Yi Chen, girl,
it's mad.
Remember one scene where he choked him, and he was choking him, and he was like, "You're not gonna leave me." Yeah, dude. I did, and I sitting there being like, "Why would I?" I think the problem is the fact that with this one though, like, I can give them sort of a leeway because they do have a scapegoat, right? Their scapegoat is the fact that because of the fact that they have that bond from.
That's what I'm saying.
We are working like
They dated before. They haven't got knocked and he got amnesia.
Exactly.
So if you like, just to give a little preface here. So basically, they were dating. The boyfriend, the main, the guy who's obsessed.
Yeah.
He is now arranged to be getting married or supposed to date some other girl. Other guy feels heartbroken. He runs out. He's crying. No, this was not real. He gets hit by a car.
Yeah.
Gets amnesia.
Not just amnesia, he gets transported back in time.
He gets completely, like,
he gets like shot back into the same timeline, but 9 years prior.
And this guy thinks, this is my chance.
Exactly, to avoid him, so I don't die.
And as he literally realizes, he's like, no, I'm not doing this again.
Yeah.
I'm not going through heartbreak again. But the other guy is like, I like you, you cute as fuck, I'm glad, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed.
And it's not just, the thing is, I think as well, it's the fact that with Jang Jin Tang's feelings, the one who didn't get transported back to the house, right? His feelings can be explained because of the fact that a lot of the time with these like dramas and stuff, right? What they like doing is that even if something is from an alternate timeline, the feelings still carry over, right?
You still feel like the expression that he has is the fact that like, I feel connected to you, but I'm sorry. It's like that vibe of like I feel like I met you in my past.
Exactly.
And like there's this connection, and I don't understand why you keep running away.
Exactly.
Let's be together.
I have a connection with you, so it kind of explained away. But it's toxic.
Man was aggressive. Also, at that point, right? This guy, like because he's constantly like pushing at the bottom, like constantly pushing at the bottom. At some point, the bottom is like, no, stop off. Pushes him. He hits a tree, and that's his accident. And he decides
to pretend as if he lost all his memories.
Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna play this in my favor. I'm gonna pretend like I don't remember, and that way he's gonna take care of me. We're gonna get close. But I know that I've been
exactly. I'm basically going to use his kindness against him. And try to basically make sure that he has a bond with me so he can never push me away again. It's so toxic.
So manipulation.
It's toxic. It's giving toxic. It's giving like, dude, we're not even talking about the matter of consent.
I would have kept to consent. It was a no.
He was like, I want to, but I have.
His bottom was pushed like, no. I don't want you. And he was like, yeah, but I want you.
But I want you though.
Like, what the fuck? They got together. They never even got together.
Like now, like I look back and it bothers me, but I'm not gonna lie.
At the time, no,
It's still my guilty pleasure.
so I haven't watched Obsessed in years.
I haven't watched it in a while, but I'm not gonna
It's still
lie.
one of the guilty.
It's still one of the
I
guilty.
don't know. The thing is, the actors are good. Like, I'm sorry.
Came this how why?
I understand this assignment. That's the problem. As much as we can get mad,
Exactly.
and we're about to talk about we'll get to it. But the Waffles here. What are you doing? But are the actors not bringing?
Bro, they were serving.
Good. Obsessed. Where shall she go? In my opinion, Obsessed should not be recommended. But it's your daughter. Why? Sure. What did you say? Like, in my opinion, it should be a D. Do not recommend.
The problem,
Right.
like, let me not be biased.
Don't be biased. Did we not trash in the first episode?
No,
We dogged in the first episode. I'm secret crushing you. I know this guy.
I know.
This obsessed guy. This guy.
He's worse.
He's way worse.
He's worse.
This guy on steroids.
I know.
So it can't go anywhere. But
Even in the main copy,
there's no part here.
you know.
It's him being obsessed.
Yeah, no, I can't. Yeah.
It has to go into do not recommend.
She's right. I have to, like, out of good say, out of trying to be fair, out of trying to be objective. Yeah, she has to be not recommended, so she's in the D tier. Okay, what's next? History, my hero.
I'm gonna read the shit out of this. Anyway,
Okay.
oh my god, history and people dying.
Roll.
It goes, after dying, a young girl's soul takes over the body of a lonely boy to try to be with her boyfriend once again. However, she has 1 week for her boyfriend to fall in love with her new body, or else both her and the boy's body dies.
Where do we even start?
How do you start?
I hated it.
Hated it.
Hate. There's nothing about it that I liked. I didn't like it the first time I watched it. I still don't like it to this day.
What are we trying to say? What are we doing? Like, what's going on here?
Do you know what hurts my, like, not even hurts my heart, mate? Because the main actor guy, right? What was his name? The main character guy, like the guy who's the boyfriend in question here, right?
The one who's
Aaron, who's Aaron? Mai Ying Xiong, whatever, right? I don't know how to say Chinese name. I apologize, right? But he, the actor, ends up in like a different BL, like way in the future. We're gonna talk about it. We'll get there. But like in that BL, like I that's how much hope we left in my eyes. This one, like, why was like,
what is the pun in there?
Glad you caught my drift. But like, how was this? I don't even know if this was his debut role, but my God,
I believe so.
my God,
I had not seen him in anything but this.
that's true.
Again, we only watched.
We only want. I might even have to other things we don't know.
But no, I hated it. I wouldn't No, I really didn't like it. I don't like the concept in general whenever they do it, but like them, it's not only that I don't like the concept, but the concept, the execution wasn't good either.
The execution was not good.
On all parts, it failed.
It failed.
Like, it was a flop. Most people don't even know about her, and if they do, I don't hear them talking about it because, like, out of all the histories, like, what the fuck was that?
I think it was the least popular one, to be entirely honest.
I agree. And
or at least one of the least.
if you're gonna be a sad history, you gotta be a kill to watch history. Like
You have to be a
It's fair. It's like restore, like, you know, because it wasn't a fun time. Like,
It wasn't fun. It was boring.
it was boring. Like, I'm sorry, like, it was not it. I am going with trash,
Yeah,
time waster.
it was a time waster. I like. But I guess you can see that this is where history comes from. Like, you can't be good without being bad first.
Yeah, history, like, definitely had a glow up.
That's true.
In some areas.
We'll get there.
Speaking of, some areas just never change with history.
So yeah,
the next in History 1, like the last one we'll be talking about in History 1 is
Stay away from me.
and this is the first of this cute little thing history likes to do, where we have like incest or incest light. Either one. There's this kink fetish for siblings, whether they like step siblings, half siblings, whatever the fuck siblings.
There's something going on with history that I don't like. And it's continuous. They don't let it go. Like, I mean, ever since they established it, like, you might have thought that, they would have like outgrown this trope, but they did not. They keep coming back to it.
It gets more prominent, actually. Like it has small, boo, and then it's like the next history fight, main couple.
Alright, next one, watch how they're going to be the main couple.
Let me read you the synopsis. Stay away from me. So it is when their parents get married and leave for a long honeymoon. Superstar Chen Xing moves in with his new stepbrother Feng He. It's bad. Guys, bear with me. With Ming Ming, his Fujushi best friend, starts dreaming of a perfect BL fic. She tries to push the two together. Will Feng He be able to stay away from his brother? That line alone, stay away from his brother? Like, bro. Okay, so out of all the incest or incest-like things we've watched, I'd have to say this is the best. Yeah, they get the most leeway because, like, my gosh,
they met when they were already like self-established in their own identity.
Yeah, we are adults, and I'm seeing this guy. He's cute. I'm not bad that my mom is marrying him. What is it?
Marrying your dad,
marrying your dad, like whatever that our parents are getting married. But like, I'm meeting you for the first time, and I'm like, yeah, dad, you're cute, and I see you. I me too. So it's like, what can I do?
I can give them more leeway.
They get more leeway versus the other shit that we have to talk about.
It's still unacceptable.
It's still weird
because I think my problem with it was the fact that they still outwardly to the outside world chose to present themselves as brothers.
That's the thing,
right? So if it was a thing where it's like, okay, no, even on every front, we're going to present ourselves as a couple, then maybe I might have been more okay with it.
Yeah.
But the fact that they came out and were basically pretending to be brothers to everyone while talking on
exactly. It's like, that kind of gross out.
Right. Exactly.
You can't have both. You have to definitively say, I didn't see this person as my brother. And even put in the context of being my brother.
Yeah.
I strictly find him attractive.
Exactly.
I have to talk about what our parents are doing.
Exactly.
I'm not seeing him as my brother.
Exactly.
But you guys still chose to do the whole like, okay, in public.
Exactly. But like in private.
No. So what?
No.
I don't like red lines.
I don't like it. Outside of the main premise, though, I don't think they even had much of a story.
It was a very mediocre story.
It was a very mediocre story. There wasn't a lot going on.
A lot of it was just like, oh, look at these two siblings.
That's true.
Like, I think it was like the whole, like I don't know why people have this fetish, but people, but it's the whole partness of like, oh, forbidden love. The weirdest forbidden love.
Oh, yeah.
And Juliet was already like what is
it, bro? Like, come on.
Guys, ask him in public, being like, no, he's my brother. And touch each other on the table. Exactly. Come on, guys. Take footies. Like, they take the end of the table while being like, you know, me and my brother, we get along so well.
Like,
don't leave.
No.
What?
No.
Just the idea of someone being your brother, like, just the idea of someone being your brother, and that's true. It should gross you out. You as yourself should be like, that's gross, dude. That is weird. That is weird. I'm never calling you my brother.
Like, no, I'm not that one. Exactly.
No, we're not brothers. If anyone asks, I'm going to say you're my friend. Why did they do that? Like, why did the other guys do the That's the part that, like, frustrated me. They could have just said we're friends.
They could have literally said that and went like, no, there's no relation.
At all.
What proof do you have?
You don't know our parents? Who gives a fuck?
Even if we share a surname, it could be a coincidence. And I'm pretty sure that they're not even going to change surnames.
It's so like the Cronus house. Surnames.
So why are we pretend? Oh,
by the way, is Addicted on this list?
Somewhere on this list. I think it's by the other bunch. It's by the high school bunch. It should be somewhere here. Where is it?
The high schoolers are up there.
Where is Addicted?
Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, Addicted is here. Okay, I'll talk about Addicted when the time comes. I thought, okay, if they're not here, I was about to draw parallels. No, we'll talk about Addicted when the time comes.
Yeah, we'll make reference back if we remember.
That being said, where does she go?
Stay away from me.
Personally, I think it was not as flawed as My Hero. I didn't hate it as much as My Hero, but I still didn't like it. So I don't know if it should go in time with. I kind of is a time with because the story is there's not much of a story.
My problem, the thing is, right?
Everything aside, there's just no story.
There really isn't a story. It literally, it just came down to, we are brothers. We fuck.
Yeah, no, we're brothers, and
that's what it came down to. There really wasn't anything else going, so even the premise itself is not carrying, right?
It isn't,
because at least with obsessed, we could say the premise carry.
Yeah,
like the premise. It's not like the purpose was there. Like it's just the execution that was
yeah.
But the premise made sense, and I would
literally cancel the whole show.
Yeah, we canceled it. I don't know why it did. Who made it? Why?
Yeah, what was the reason?
So we are putting it in the F tier. It's a time waster.
It really is a time waster.
Sorry. What was that? So the next one is History 2 Crossing the Line.
Alright. I'll read. Oh my god, I'm so bad with names.
It's okay. Let's just do it.
Hachan Chia Yuhao is a bit of a playful troublemaker in high school, but there's a typo here. Oh my god. Okay, but in one day, roped into the high school volleyball team. There he meets Shizi Shuan.
What? Let me see. It's Chia Ji Shuan.
Shi Shuan, a senior and trainer of the team. Fuck it, that's fine.
It's fine.
And sparks start flying when the both of them clash.
Yeah.
The two of them find themselves bonding over the sport, and as Yu Hao gradually discovers more about Zi Xuan, feelings start to develop. Can he keep his feelings to himself, or will he end up crossing the line?
This was the first his story, because I watched the histories in order of History 1 to History 2.
I didn't. I think this was my first one.
So for me was it? You're not sure?
I'm not too sure, but the last one I watched, besides the whole make out days count.
Yeah.
I know the last one I watched was Right or Wrong. For sure, I know that was the last one I watched, because I was like, that guy looks old in the thumbnail.
You're like, what is going on?
Yeah, because the guy looked old. I don't look down and Right or Wrong. I forgot. But I think no, I think Obsessed might have been back.
For me, it was definitely Obsessed. I remember which one was the first.
But I definitely didn't go in order. I don't think I knew there was a bit of an order. So I kind of gone Obsessed.
Crossing. Oh yeah, I was jumping back and forth.
Yeah, I was jumping back and forth. There was no order. But I remember when I watched Crossing the Line for the first time. First of all, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, there's some aspects where I was like,
questionable.
Why did we have to do this? History, come on. But yes. But for the most part, I did enjoy it.
Same.
I really liked it.
I think it was the first history for me where I was like, damn. I fell in love with it. And I also couldn't point anything out wrong with it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a guilty watch. I watched it genuinely because I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good.
It was one of those, to me, it was my Heartstopper before Heartstopper was a thing.
True.
Yeah. They have not just, the progression is so
it was and there was actually a plot to it, because at this point, remember, right? So we were talking about the history ones.
Yeah.
Comparatively, when we jump into History 2, there is a huge difference in this writing, the plot, the character development. There's a big fucking difference. It's like a whole ass writing team came into the history and were like, "I'll fired. You're on the block." They might have kept a few guys, which I'll talk about. The guys they left in were the guys that clearly have the incest king. Once again, we in History 2 now. We just came from fucking Stay Away From Me.
Yeah.
And now we have this couple where it's like, okay, it's not a couple. Actually,
it's ambiguous. It's ambiguous, but still. Because they left it on a note where they were like,
I bet kissing each other's cheek after they said.
Yeah, they said that what they verbally said was, we will just see where we're going.
Yes, guys, but if I'm saying that and I'm hyped up on you,
I know.
because I'm more implicitly saying that
I
we're dating
know.
well, essentially what they're saying is, we're not going to put a label on it.
That's true.
Because we fucking can't. Because the thing is, okay, so here's the core line. Stay away from me. And this couple this is not the main couple, by the way. If you get caught, or the side couple. Basically, they're these two siblings. They're step siblings, by the way. Once again, they're not actually blood related, but I don't care. If you grow up knowing that this person is your sibling, regardless of the blood, like I have a brother, right? But what's stopping me from? Oh my God. But what's stopping me from getting with my brother isn't that, oh, we share the same blood. It's not that. It's because he's my brother. Regardless of our blood connection, it's just I grew up from a child being like, this is my brother. And the context I saw him in. So these two siblings, step siblings, growing up and being like, we are brothers. Only to have a turn around and be like, yeah, but I think he's kind of cute though. Like, no. Fucking your sibling shouldn't be blood. It shouldn't be blood. I'm sorry. Like, I'm down this hill. I don't care what the fuck anyone says, because I see people like in the comment sections of his histories being like, but they are actually they're not that they are you said from day one. They were not family friends. They were siblings. They were raised as siblings. And you wanna tell me? And the thing is, the big thing is that and this is the thing that you'll see that is consistent with the history series. Yeah, you try to have bonding that they tend to do. That's true. So the whole thing, the whole reason the one, both of them are in love with each other. Of course, the whole reason the one is in love with the other is because, oh, when I was young, this happened, and you were there for me. That's what your siblings do. Like, not gonna fall in love because the person was there for you, but he's your brother. What else was he supposed to do?
Like, how? Like, my problem is the fact that, like, I understand, right? It's still wrong. But I feel like it's still wrong. Listen,
How did you yourself out of context?
no, fuck you. I understand if a person, right? For example, like, I'm not gonna make an example with me. Never mind. But I understand if a person does not necessarily understand familial bonds, right?
Yeah.
Because there are even psychological tests about this. Yeah. Why, like, girls who have had absent fathers, when they reunite with their fathers, sometimes like romantic feelings do spark up, right? It's because of the fact that familial bond is not something that you're used to, right?
Agreed.
So I understand if they were apart and that's not a familial bond that they're familiar with. They've never had a sibling type dynamic, so when now they meet, when they grow, they confuse familiar feelings with romantic feelings.
I agree.
Right? It's the same reasoning that I would put with stay away from me, right? But these two grew up together.
These two are siblings.
You guys were raised as siblings.
They know each other as brothers.
From day one.
And they were.
And you guys were like, No.
So one of the things I think what got me like really riled up about the strong is that they had times where I thought they were gonna acknowledge that it's fucked up and they're not gonna do it.
They were self-aware.
Yeah, they were self-aware, very self-aware, because the brothers, both of them, knew that this is wrong.
We can't tell our parents.
Can't tell anyone.
Exactly.
They were trying to separate from one another.
Literally.
They were avoiding each other. Well, the one was mainly avoiding the other. The other wasn't understanding why you're avoiding me.
Exactly.
Like, they were trying to avoid each other. There was this moment, bro, when the one broke down crying in a room full of other dudes, by the way. Like, he thought everyone else was asleep, but even if you think other people are asleep,
Why would you do that in front of other people?
he confessed, essentially. Like, so imagine a room of dudes all sleeping in the same. It's like a sleepover, right? Imagine a sleepover. Other people are sleeping in the room. Your brother's sleeping next. You have this moment of like, fuck. I don't know why I'm so in love with you. I hate that I'm so in love with you. It's like hate that you have for yourself. Like, I shouldn't be in love with you, but I am. Do you not have that moment of clarity in a room full of dudes where people are sleeping? Because you're sleeping out loud. Anyone could be listening. The brother was listening, by the way. The brother.
Exactly.
But like, what if like Ben from like Home Ec was also listening? Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't understand.
Like anybody could be listening,
and that is not something you want people to know.
that you're in love with your brother.
Like, that is the kind of rumor thing you. No, dude.
That's chasing you up until you go to university.
That is something people wanted to forget.
I will remind you at the school reunion.
No, dude, I don't know if you remember the night where we all spent the night together in the gym.
But I heard you.
I don't know. Did you guys end up getting together?
Exactly. I see you showing up at the same event at the same time. Are you guys actually together now?
Oh, are you brother and sister? Like, are you siblings?
Are you siblings or are you fucking now?
This only works also because they gay.
Literally.
If this was
if this was a straight
a hetero couple,
Israel would be like up and down. People would be like, no, he took it back.
Exactly. Like, but this is because it's a gay couple. We like,
we can look over it.
like
It doesn't really matter. Shake man, they don't know now.
not really related.
No.
Guys, anyways, they had that whole thing. He cries about it. You would think, okay,
This is the moment when they're going to be like, okay, no.
let's get some space from each other.
Put some space.
We are acting crazy.
Exactly. Clearly, when I'm with you, I can't think straight. We need space. I honestly would have preferred it if they had left it at a note where they're like, you know what? These two separated. Even if it wasn't like a conclusive note of, okay, they're fully separated, they acknowledge that they're siblings, they're never going to be together, right?
Yeah.
If it was a note of, okay, we're separating, to figure out where we are at headspace, I would have preferred that.
But they decided to do a whole, like, okay, we're going to call out to each
We're
other.
comfortable, we're not.
Yeah, we're like, okay, we're not going to put a label on it. Time will tell. The label is siblings.
It's siblings. That's
only
the
label you
label.
have.
What do you mean?
What other thing are you talking about? What
What would time tell? What would time tell?
Like, even if your parents divorced you, y'all grew up as siblings.
Hey, I don't care whether father time gives you 1,000 years. What will time tell? You are siblings. I don't care. I don't care.
They were crossing the line.
They were.
Like, I know that the thing was about the main couple.
Yeah.
The whole volleyball thing. I'm gonna cross the line.
And then cross the line and give you a kiss, you know, like it's so cute.
I was cute. I love that. But hey, you bro. But they were crossing the line. They were genuinely crossing. They were the couple that was crossing the line. And they should have been about.
They should have. Fuck no. I got to the end of the ranking.
I know we spoke about the side couple for a long time, but the main couple was cute as fuck.
It
And
was
I liked
cute.
it.
I would recommend for anyone to watch it simply for the main couple.
Yeah.
Ignore everything about the side couple. If you can't skip through this, please.
Yeah.
Please do.
You can, yeah.
But
The conversation the main couple had at the end of like, because the guy, the senior guy, he was like, I'm so busy. I'm not gonna have time for you, dude. I thought I was like,
I'm willing to wait.
yeah, I'm literally just
Like,
with you. Like,
yes, I'm not sure that
I don't have any expectations,
Exactly.
like time and whatnot. Like,
Exactly.
about not the younger guy being more mature, but I don't know. It was cute as fuck. Crossing the line, where he pays her. Is she on needs touch-up?
Okay, the thing is, right?
That's back up on this.
On the B tier part, right? It's where we have needs touch-ups, and it's either a few big things must change or a lot of minor things. They're a pretty big chunk of that story.
That's the big thing that has to change.
That's the big thing. Their whole storyline must be scrapped,
Yeah,
and rewritten.
that's why I'm saying they should be in B, because it's not fair to put it in medium
That's true.
when the main couple, like, honestly,
the main couple carried.
the main couple carried and they were amazing, and I'm just like, that was the first time where I was looking at history as something serious, because before I was like, forget
That whole. Actually, it's something just to pass the time, you know.
This was an actual story, like
Yeah, it was the first one that like actually carried the plot, and I think it was also the first history that like won a bunch of awards.
yeah.
Like it did really good. It did really good. There's a cute storyline there, but the side couple brought it down. It would have bright tire.
Yes, but we're such negative Nellies whenever we're talking about drama. Because we hop like, yeah, but
we don't. Okay. I think
we have guided ourselves a bit here.
I think we can cut a deal, right?
Okay.
Cut a deal with the people who are listening. If y'all want us to talk about a specific drama, right?
We can go more
in depth with it. Like, we can have a whole episode dedicated to just one drama, breaking it down.
Yeah.
Right? If it's not a long enough drama, we'll probably put maybe 2 in like one episode. But anyway, this is the ranking thing, so we're just mentioning what brings it down.
Was it like at the basis, all dramas are sitting at the top? I mean, so we're cutting it down. Exactly. You said it right.
Exactly. So that's why we're hopping on the negative. It's not, we don't just see the negative.
Yeah, we promise. we are aware of what makes a drama good. And
Exactly.
exactly 91 of these. Like if we hated BLs, we would have stopped at like BL number 5.
That's true. So it's
Especially the old BL.
the old ones, yeah.
That's BL number 5.
Still gonna get there. We're still getting there. Anyway, so where am I putting it?
Needs touch-ups.
Needs touch-ups. So B. Okay, B tier.
Okay.
Next one is right or wrong. Okay, so the synopsis says the story is about a cynical father and a college student who get together after some odd circumstances arise. Stick with me, I know there's an age gap. I know. Shi Yi-jie, a divorced single man, is an associate professor at the Department of Anthropology. He has an 8-year-old named Yo-Yo. He is single. He's single and he's single-handedly raising his daughter. After encountering Fei Xiangjie by accident, the three of them become a family.
Like I said, like I avoided it like a fucking plate. Saying I was like, I'm not watching you. Like it took a while for me to get to it because I was like, no, I didn't even read the synopsis at this point. I just looked at the thumbnail and I was like, that man looked old as fuck and the other one looks young as fuck. And the thing is saying right or wrong. And I'm like, no,
The storyline might be a little bit too ambiguous.
yeah. I think that because history already has a history.
Yeah.
Shit like incest and all that stuff. And I was like, oh my god, are we about to do like
Another one where it's like ambiguous, like just like
is there a power imbalance here?
exactly.
How, like, you know, what is the situation? Especially because he's like a professor. Even, oh my god,
He's a professor at just at like the younger ones university.
university.
It's insane.
It doesn't sound good. And that's why I'm just telling you, like, and the age gap. Ooh, okay, there's so many things where you're like, this doesn't sound good. And then you watch the drama and you're like, wait, hold on.
This is like one of the very few histories where I feel like I'll give them their flowers.
I will give them their flowers.
They did it well.
They are the ones that have the scariest, like, looking like set up. No, this has all the hallmarks to go wrong.
It does.
But they actually did it well. Like, I was so surprised.
Oh, that's true. Because honestly, this is if there's any history that I expected to go wrong, it was this one.
It literally has wrong in the title, and yet it went right. Like, it right or wrong?
Right. It went right.
Like, it went right. It did so well. Like, and like, I don't know. Like, they just did a good job, and you don't expect it. And oh my god, I just enjoyed it, and it was
Same.
It was quite fancy. What I really did like also is that they kept they had this thing where the professor was like, you and I are not gonna fuck until you turn 18. I'm sorry. Like, we're not gonna have a situation. Not 18. What was the age? Was it? No, he was in college. What was the age? Was it even 18?
I think he said after
you graduate.
Yeah, 18.
Yeah, it was like before you graduate or something like that. Like, we're not gonna do anything. I respected that. I respected that, and I was like, okay, this is actually.
He didn't take advantage of the fact that he's a student, and he wasn't like, hey, like, he wasn't like gonna put. He was like, I'm not gonna put your enrollment in danger.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put my job in danger either. Right?
Because my livelihood is my child's livelihood.
Exactly.
I'm gonna put that.
Exactly. So the way that they went about everything, I highly respected, because they kept things on a very platonic level up until they were like, okay, now we're in the space where we can actually have a flourishing relationship.
You know, also didn't like, you know, it's very easy for there to be a large power in battlefield. It's very easy for him to be like this domineering force.
That's true.
This like college he knows nothing. Like, he's about to hop into this relationship where he's about to be a stepdad and all that shit. Like, it's like, it's so easy for that to go wrong. It's so easy for that to be, you know. But they did it so well. It didn't go that way. There was a healthy element. There was actually like an equal, like, it was an equal relationship.
It felt equal.
Because he took his opinions into account. Like, when
he took him seriously. When he was speaking, he would actually take him and listen to him.
Literally, when he would be like, when the student would be like, listen, your daughter is literally depressed, sad, and stressed because you're a shit dad. Because you are a shit dad.
He was. He didn't know how to be.
And at first he had that pushback and all that stuff, and eventually he started to take him seriously. Like, you know what, I'm gonna listen to you. Yes, you're a child compared to me as an adult,
but you also spend most time with her. You know her more than I do.
He didn't treat him like a child. He actually treated him like a person who has sense, and I really appreciated that.
Same.
That would have been funky if it was like, oh no, you just don't.
Yeah,
like, it was.
as much as there was like an imbalance, that imbalance was curbed by the dynamic of the actual couple themselves.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things with like, if you look at the premise from the outside looking in, it's like, and then you actually get into the story and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I know what I see. Yes.
I remember even the first time I watched it, you had to yeah, I was like, hold on. I don't know if that is in books.
It really looks bad. Like, it doesn't matter as it look. Like,
Yeah.
really. And like, I watched that shit out of boredom. I was like, I need something to watch. I just watched every fucking BL. I thought I'd watched every BL. I'd seen all the BL. Like, yeah. Let me just watch it. And it was a good choice. It was a very good choice. So in my opinion, I think it is very good. Because I don't think it's superior or anything like that.
I don't think it's superior either.
Yeah, it's just a very good drama. Like, it's not one where, like, anything wild is going on, but like, what is the thing in very good? She has a few minor things we change, but won't change her substance.
The minor thing that I would change is the age gap. But yeah, I would have preferred it if like when they got together, it's after he graduated,
Yeah.
or like even them starting to have like romantic feelings for each other after he graduated. Like if he was his ex-professor, like, you know what I mean? Because the way that they have it right now is the fact that he's not his professor, sure, but he works with his professors.
Yeah.
So it's like, I would have preferred it had it been a situation where it's like, he's out of college. This is a professor that he used to know when he was in college. And then like, maybe he can't find a job and he's babysitting and he's like, oh, professor, this person, like, oh, I haven't seen you so long and whatever. And then the professor, maybe he still feels wrong because of the fact that he's like, okay, but I was your teacher, so I feel a bit wrong about it. But
Yeah, that elements of right or wrong could still
exactly, it could still be maintained, but just not with him still actively being in college. I would have preferred it.
I agree.
He was an ex-student.
I agree.
So
Very good it is.
Very
good.
good.
Would change.
that's the minor thing that we would change.
That's history. Shut up the ranks. We've been talking shit about. Oh, okay. Oh my god, child.
Shut up. He's not like you're flirting.
Sorry, but I'm
Okay.
so. You getting the synopsis? I was like,
I'm getting it.
yeah.
No,
Okay,
so you can talk a little bit.
So Trapped, right? Trapped was because Trapped out of all of these dramas, Trapped is the only plot-based one. All of them are very character-based.
Until now.
Up until this point. Like, it's like, okay, it's about the character and they just so happen to be a plot revolving around them.
Yeah.
But Trapped was this whole, and it's just different. And it was not only different in the history series, but different in Taiwan, but in like the BL industry as a whole, at this point in time when Trapped was coming out, there was not a lot of character-based, plot-based dramas. Like, it was just not the vibe.
Not even mafia ones.
Not even mafia ones. It wasn't, like, it was just new. It was,
To me, it was Skin Posh before Kin Posh happened.
dead ass. Like,
I was
they
so
ran
ready.
to Kinfosh.
Like that. Till Skin Posh could run.
Literally, no.
It wasn't exactly 100. It's not exactly 100% the same type.
Not at all. It's not the same at all.
But it was the first introduction to Mafia BL, live action Mafia BL for me. So I remember just being so hyped even when it like got announced and I saw the synopsis. I was like, oh my god.
I was like, this is so new because it really was bringing the BL industry. Like, it's not something we do. It isn't. And I was like, oh my god. I was especially excited because at this point in time, like we just spoke about crossing the line.
Yeah.
At this time, history was getting good.
That's
So
true.
people were like, oh my god, history knows what they're doing. So
Like they say, every single season is getting better than the last.
So we had expectations definitely coming into this. Like, oh god, okay, this might be a thing. And I'm not gonna say I was disappointed because I wasn't.
Same.
I really wasn't disappointed. I think Trapped did what they needed to do.
Hey, wait.
Because we need to get you like the sign up.
We need to get the synopsis first, and my phone is being a bit funky. So,
I can get her.
my
God, Trapped has
it's like
8.4.
really?
Cute, okay.
Dang.
All right. It goes, the story of a police officer who becomes trapped in the underworld as he develops feelings for a gang leader. Spicy.
Ooh.
4 years ago, a veteran cop and an elderly gangster were killed in a gunshot attack. The only survivor and the dead gangster's prodigy, the What the fuck is that?
Enigmatic.
My God, I can't English. And ruthless Tang Yi is now the new gang leader who will stop at nothing to find the murderer and plans an elaborate trap to lure him out of his hiding. Honest police officer
Meng Xiaofei
is obsessed with knowing the truth behind the case to avenge his mentor's death and spend all his spare time tracking Tang Yi and trying to find out what he's up to. When Ming and Tang Yi are kidnapped together and forced to survive in a cold mountain, things start to change between them.
Where do I even start? Okay. Starting with Tang Yi and Meng Xiaofei's dynamic, right? At the beginning, they didn't have the best dynamic. They hated each other. But it was done wrong, right? So they had a very enemies to lovers type story. But the thing with them, like if you're a person who's like, because I know people who are stuck up on like enemies, it's supposed to be enemies to friends to lovers. These two went straight from enemies to lovers. They didn't like, their love and their hate like existed on the opposite side of the same coin. So for them it wasn't like, oh, I hate you and then but I want to get to know you more. It's more like I get to know you through the hatred, because even as Meng Xiaofei like was investigating Tang Yi all these years and whatever, he knows everything about Tang Yi.
Literally everything.
He knows everything about him. So he switched from like hate to love. To me, it also wasn't that jarring, given the fact that it switched when he understood more of Tang Yi's. Yeah, that is where exactly
why are you doing what you're doing?
Exactly, why are you the way that you are? So I liked it. I liked the way that they did it. I liked it, right? And then the plot, the twist, the drama. My God, the amount of shit. Like, it's so much on here. And then they would have these reveals, and you'd be like, no. Like, it is new. It is new. I would not like this. We did not do plot twist. We did not do plot twist. We did not do the amount of crap that this thing was happening. We did not do daddy issues, mommy issues, abandonment issues, like getting adopted. We did not do this.
Okay, I actually have to give a nod as well to like history as a whole.
Yeah.
Whether I like it or not. But history as a whole, I love all their stories have gray areas.
Yeah.
And every single one of their stories has like some gray area where you yourself, you have to be like,
you have to, like, the people who are directing it are not trying to push you either way.
Yeah.
They're not trying to make you root for them. They're not trying to make you hate them.
It's like, this is who he is. What are you going to do with that?
Exactly.
They did not try to make Tang Yi like a character. Like, it's like, this is who he is and this is what he's done.
Exactly.
Like, he's not being, like, yes, he's trying to do good, but in the moment of him trying to do good, he's done bad shit.
He's done
in his pursuit of revenge and all that stuff, he's hurt other people along the way. He's committed crimes. Like, we're not trying to pretend like, oh,
he's a perfect character. But he's never done anything wrong.
Yeah, like he's a gangster, but he's never hurt anyone. No, it doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
He's a gangster. He did bad shit.
He's even killed people.
He's killed people.
Like, the
crimes were committed.
Exactly.
Like, that's why in the end, sorry, we jump all around here. That's why in the end, when he's eventually like arrested, like he comes to jail, I was like, I love that.
Same. I love that. This is the first one where I honestly really appreciated the fact that they didn't shy away from having him arrested. They gave him the consequences of his actions, and they did so, and they were like, it is what it is. Like, even with Meng Xiaofei, his whole thing of the fact that like he was like, no, as much as I love you, I'm also a cop.
Yeah, I can't compromise my morals.
Exactly.
I think I fundamentally changed.
Exactly.
Like, I, as a cop, I have my morals. I know what I believe in. I know why you did this, babe. I love you.
I love you, but exactly.
But you still committed
crimes.
I have to arrest you.
Because he even got to a point when like Tang Yi was basically like committing all these crimes. He literally would stand in front of Tang Yi and be like, yo, if you shoot this person, I will be the one to put the cuffs on you.
Literally.
He was like, as much as I love you, I will literally take you to jail.
I completely understand the reasons you're doing what you're doing.
Exactly.
But I can't sit back and just be like,
exactly. Like there's no way I can just sit back and pretend that like nothing is going on. Like when I am a cop before I am your lover.
Literally.
Like,
especially since our whole thing this entire time was to investigate you and this whole situation.
Abandon that.
I I just liked it. I didn't expect it. I thought they were gonna do some bullshit.
I thought it was gonna be goofy,
but it wasn't.
It wasn't. The way that they even
The kicker. This history has no incest.
Yeah, it was the first one that like,
and he right along didn't have either. But like,
this was the first one where like, outside of Right or Wrong, but this is like the first one where it didn't have like, where I didn't fall in love with the BL itself, and like it had like a bit of incest.
Yeah. It is.
I thought of also Obsessed, because Obsessed also doesn't have any. Also My Hero, but like, doesn't fuck anyway.
You have incest when you stuck.
The good ones. This was the first one that didn't have any incest. Oh my god! I'm trying to Right or Wrong, of course.
Because we're not done. Like, we're in history 3, but we're not done with the incest. I promise you.
We're coming back. We're not done here. But anyway, yeah. This one, if you like want a really convoluted plot, like even with Moonshao Face Senior, like, because his whole thing is the fact that he's investigating what happened to his senior, how he attacked Tang Yi. The fact that, like, spoiler alert, like, that she's actually Tang Yi's mom who gave him up for like adoption. Like, the twist, and the fact that Tang Yi now, like, his real dad is Tang Yi's rival. And like his mom and this gang banger, like they fell in love. Basically, like his mom fell in love with a gangster, and it made him, and now he's a gangster falling in love with a cop. Like, girl,
dude, the tease there.
Like, I'm telling you, when
there's a draft, if I have all the histories, if I were to recommend one where I'm like, the plot is this, especially aside the BL aspect, and like the plot is there. It's giving plot.
It's this one. It's like, I genuinely feel like it's so underrated. And it's not right.
Out of all the histories, it's definitely
underrated.
Like, I think it's because it doesn't have that, like, you know, that element of spice out of it, because all the others are character.
That is true.
So they have more spice or more like realism. But this one is like, we do the plot, but
we're focusing more, like, like the spice is more of like a cherry on top of the plot.
Yeah, it's like, you know, after all that intensity, you get to see them fuck, and it's like, oh, okay.
Not even like mentioning the side couple, because
dude,
sorry, but like,
I also forget his name, but like, when I told you I had a crush, this man was walking around with the knife and a clap. Like, he had that clap that he was wearing, and then playing with the knife all around.
I was sitting. I was like, what can I up with that knife? Oh my god! Like, I was, what?
Like, he's hot.
If you want eye candy,
it's that guy. Like, and the plot twist with him too.
The plot twist. Oh my god!
Spoiler. Man's double agent.
Literally
playing it like a boss.
He was playing both sides. He was a mercenary this entire time.
But once he not Tommy is fuck with his couple.
Oh my god. Oh, he's so attractive. Oh my god, guys. Okay, just watch it. Just watch it. Let's rank the shit and move on. That's right.
But we can't spend too much time. Like,
that's true.
Yeah. This, what is a trapped? I'm sorry. It's either, I think it's Superior.
I
also think it's Superior. Like, I love Trapped. She did the best that she could. Not perfect, but dude,
the thing that's not making it perfect, I think I need to explain why. Right? Okay. The thing for me that's not making it perfect is the fact that Trapped does attempt to have a bit of a comedic element at the beginning, right?
I don't know why they did
that.
The
comedy that they try to represent in Trapped, it falls flat. I'm not even gonna try to
know why they did that. Like,
it was bad.
We didn't need it.
The story
actually not like
it wasn't necessary.
Why?
The first half was also quite a bit slow moving. Like, a lot of what we mentioned happens in the second half, right? So like the first half is a bit slow moving.
The first half is basically them just bumping heads. Yeah, it's like a lot of them, like, you know,
it's
like
back and forth. It's trying to build the chemistry.
It's only after they get kidnapped together.
They
actually like, okay, we have to survive this together. Only after that,
that's when like
really like
everything
unfolded.
Exactly.
And the kid kind of just like, guys.
Also, there was the sister story. I forgot about that.
There's just so much going on.
There's a lot going on.
Superior, we recommend.
Give it a watch
if you've never watched it.
If you've never watched it. I think with the sister thing, I think I might need to defend this before we even like move on, right? Because people might say that, oh, grooming happened. It didn't. Just watch the story, you'll understand what I mean. It wasn't grooming. It wasn't grooming. I will die on this hill. It wasn't grooming. The man was rejecting her up until the very end, and then the only reason why he got with her in the last place was because he was like, okay, no, I need to actually take responsibility for her feelings, and I can't deny the fact that I have feelings for her too when she's grown.
Yeah.
So
He wasn't doing a thing weird.
it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't grooming. I'm going to go down this hill. It wasn't grooming.
I agree.
Moving on. So
When my phone. This synopsis is so fucking long. Are you gonna read it?
okay, I'll read it.
Next drama that we're going to be talking about in History 3 is, oh my god, Make Our Days Count. I feel like if you're a BL watcher, like this should
You know this one.
You should know this one.
You should know. If you don't know this one, you probably knew.
You have to be new.
You have to be new to the BL universe. I'm gonna read it on your phone because my phone's acting up.
Alright.
Okay, so. Oh, that bitch. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm like trying to like not be overwhelmed. Anyway, at first glance, high schoolers Xiang Haoting and Yu Shigu appear to be polar opposites. While Xiang Haoting is an outgoing, hot-headed extrovert and sometime bully, Yu Shigu prefers to keep a low profile and focus on his schoolwork. They seem bound for totally different futures. The bookish Yu Shigu looks destined for academic success, while life is just a long popularity context for Xiang Haoting.
Mm-hmm.
But a quirk of fate and a crucial intervention by a female schoolmate results in the two young men's paths crossing. But there is more to both young men than first meets the eye. Xiang Haoting was not always this way. He started out as the perfect student until he discovered the joys of going off the rails. And Yu Shigu has a reason for being so aloof and studious. His parents died in a traffic accident when he was younger, and he's being fostered by his aunt. As such, he works hard to get good grades in an effort to win a scholarship and ease financial burden on his relatives. Yu Shigu also works part-time at a convenience store where his manager, Liu Jigang, has developed a crush on a man he has met at the gym. Back at school, meanwhile, Yu Shigu and Xiang Haoting find themselves drawn together and passions ignite. The former notices that he has a unique ability to bring Yu Shigu out of his shell and becomes intent on melting his cold as ice exterior. What will happen when their two worlds collide? And can love be the catalyst that brings these two unlikely students together as their high school days draw to a close?
Hi. So,
This bitch broke me.
trauma.
This bitch broke me.
Like, it's the kind of drama that like I actually don't like talking about because of how personal
Yeah.
I get
Mm-hmm.
when I talk about her.
Mm-hmm.
Firstly, I need to start off by saying that this was one of my favorite dramas.
Up until we got to the last episode.
She ate up until the last episode.
She broke me. She broke me. I like,
Was merciless.
you don't I don't think I can explain this enough. This BL caused me trauma.
For those who don't know, it's called Make Our Days Count. That should have been like a big
That should be a red flag.
for all of us. But like,
Yeah.
oh, cute. Make our school days count.
Exactly, like, oh, so cute.
I was like, they're about to leave high school.
No.
So let's make our school days count. You know, because university's hard.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that, by the way.
Spoiler alert. Yu Shigu dies. Yu Shigu dies at the end. He dies.
The reason?
He gets bumped by a car. So he dies in the same way that his parents died. Oh!
It was
not me.
It was a choice.
It was a choice.
It was a choice.
Because they also ended up releasing the books afterwards.
That's what pisses me off. I think more.
There's an alternative.
Yeah, the ending they gave us is that
There's an
alternative ending that they could have went with, and they just chose not to.
They just were like, no, we're killing them. We're killing them.
And out of all the histories, I have to say, out of all the histories, the attachment I had to this fucking couple was insane.
You guys don't understand. Like, this couple,
They really,
they Like this couple from beginning, right? Yes, they had their enemies spat. Yes, they had their misunderstandings at the beginning, which is understandable. Every single like enemies to lovers thing has that, right?
Yeah.
But this one, unlike Trapped, this one was enemies to friends to lovers. And that's what made it even more precious, right? Because these two went from being enemies to starting to learn more about each other, and that developed this undertone of friendship between this couple, right? And it happened in such soft ways.
So soft.
This, like, if his story has to have a heart stopper, I know I keep referring back to heart stopper, but if his story has a heart stopper, it's this one.
Yeah. If this is the heart stopper,
It's the heart stopper of
it's sure as hell, because look at the other shit there.
exactly. Like, I know that this was crossing the line too, but this one
in particular, for real.
This one ate. This one, their relationship, even the way that they developed, I would say it beats the crossing the line couple.
100% beats the crossing the line couple.
Even the type of conflict that they faced, they actually like went and confronted the problem of being LGBTQ, talking to parents about it.
Guys, this couple beats, in my opinion, and I'll down this hill, beats all the couples.
It does.
It beats all the history couples.
All the historic couples are beat by this one.
And this is the only couple of the histories that beats all of them to have a partner die.
Literally.
And it's like, but why was that choice made?
Why was that choice?
Oh, we couldn't have a happy ending? The incest couple have happy endings? How many incest couples do we have?
There's one couple that's not problematic in any capacity. What was the reason?
Dude, let me tell you, this couple also had to go through the whole struggle of like
Coming out.
Yeah, coming out. First of all, they didn't even get to come out. They were caught getting down into incest living room at the parents. The parents called them, ripped the fact out, and said, y'all not seeing each other again.
Yeah.
They had to fight for their life. It was a literal thing of like, we are going to fight to be together.
And my thing about bro, and mind you that Yoshigu doesn't even have family to turn back to. Like, Xiang Hao Ting was his only family at this point, right? Xiang Hao Ting gave him something that he seeked, which is that familial love. He didn't have that with anybody else. He even went and was friends with Xiang Hao Ting's friend. Max did not even have friends. He had
He had he had the guy that he worked with at the
Literally.
but other than that, he literally had nobody.
literally.
The amount of growth that Yushiku had in this entire drama, like it was just so the way they both grew.
They both
got that
grew,
drama.
because even with like Xiang Hao Ting, his whole thing of I'm going to finally take charge and take responsibility for my future. Because he's like, if I actually want a future with you, I need to prove myself to my parents. So because I need to prove myself to my parents, I'm going to buckle up my bootstraps and actually get down and do the shit, right? And then you should go on the other side. It's like, okay, just because I'm taking charge of my future does not mean that I don't get to have a life. The amount of character development, the amount of like growth both of these two had
was so fucking cute. Also, like my god, their personalities are so different from one another. Introvert, nerdy, like whatever. The other one, extrovert, loud, carefree one, and they come together and they complement each other so well and give each other those elements. I couldn't dude,
bro.
It's cliche.
Literally.
That's so wow.
Oh my god.
Like, and then and you get so attached. Like when the parents finally, the parents reluctantly but did agree for them to be together because they proved themselves. Like I said, they wanted to be together, and the parents were like, "All right, fine, you'll be together." They graduated high school, tough marks, got into university, got the apartment they've been looking for the entire. Like they got everything right, everything they were working for, everything they actually earned because they worked for it, because they wanted it so bad. They knew that this is the life I want with this person.
Exactly.
I'm gonna work for it. They got it. They all happy. We invite, dude. I hated that. My god, they're happy having cheers. Like, oh my god, I know what you should have seen that because in that fucking episode when they like cooking together, they keep having these frames that they freeze
where they even would have like you know those frames that they show you know those frames where they're like, oh, this is how like the mom in the movie who dies ends up looking like at the beginning of the movie. Literally, they had those frames for him, and we should have clocked at that moment something is about to happen. But we were literally at the end. By the end of the episode, we were still like, no ways.
Yeah, we're like, no way. Why would they? And no, he went to the hospital.
He didn't die. There's no way he died.
He just went to the hospital.
And then the next episode starts like 5 years later.
Oh my god! Dude, they pulled this nonsense. Can I just say, they also pulled this nonsense in the episode where they got his doppelganger. Basically, someone's losing exactly like Yushu, but it's not him to be like, oh my god, like, why did they do that?
Like to keep reminding Xiang Hao Ting like of the love that he lost. Because he ends up being friends with this person. But like they're not getting together, of course, because it's not him, right? Xiang Hao Ting, 5 years later, has not moved on it in any capacity. He's still grieving. He took on the degree that Yushigu wanted because he wanted to.
He took on Yushigu's life. He became Yushigu. He became a studio student who always studies and does nothing else but
exactly. And he doesn't have any friends. Doesn't have any friends.
The degree, exactly. He's living his life. He was like, I'm gonna live his life because he can't anymore, and there's nobody in this world who deserves to live more than this person.
Exactly.
I love him. My only connection left to him is this. And because doppelganger that I see every day, that just exactly my heart. How fucking depressing is that? Bro, imagine the love of your life dying, and there's this person who looks identical to him, and you know that I can't keep seeing this person because it's breaking my heart every time.
I need the attachment that I have with him. I need this. This is the only way I feel like I can still be with him, because at this point he has major survivor's guilt on top of that. So guys,
this drama broke me, and I can't even stop. I can't talk about it anymore. I'm telling you now. It was the best drama of all time, but my god, that ending did not decrease it. Like, it can't sit. Like, it would be sitting in super superior S plus, but that ending, no. But that ending is trash. It's literally like the drama itself super superior, but the ending is trash. Where does it fall? What is the middle ground there? Where do we?
Apart from that, also like the side couple. We mustn't forget to talk about the side couples as well. We mustn't forget. We must talk about the story in its entirety.
I heard it.
But even with the side couples, their story, I think it was a very cute one. But he was in high school. No.
That was a shame.
Like, no, but that's too high.
We could have waited. We could have said, listen,
even if he's bottoming, he's still. Even if
he was topping, it's still
he's in high school.
Yeah,
unacceptable.
I just say, like, also another thing is, if you are gonna watch this drama, I just have to point out that there's some things that just come fucking out of nowhere. That side couples hook up for the first time. Like,
no, bro, it came out of nowhere.
Oh, but wait. Hi. And also, you think, the scene is it goes on.
Like, they show you
everything, and that's when you remember in high school, I think he ended up.
Exactly.
That's it, right? Right or wrong did wrong.
Exactly.
Like, that was the problem.
This kid is like minimum 17 minimum with this girl. Maximum 18.
It would have been much better if he literally was like, okay, I have feelings for you too, but I cannot.
You cannot. I'm thinking
especially to get university literally active. Knowing that, like, it's statutory.
It's statutory. I don't care this topic.
I don't care this topic.
It's statutory.
Just because you're doing the fucking doesn't mean that it's not real.
Exactly. No.
Yeah. No. That's like all you want, but you're a minor.
Jail.
It goes down.
It goes down. So we are there's a lot, like, okay.
This thing is, okay, who's the one where we change a few minor things, or we change, what the fuck is it?
She has to go into C.
Yeah.
She has to go into C.
I have to do touch up.
I know. But she can't go into B. There's no way.
If we're gonna be fair, I feel bad. Okay, to be fair.
We have to be fair.
You're being right. That is fair.
We need to be.
I just fucking love that couple. My God.
It's one of those
stuff that mediocre kills me inside. Like, to say the same, but you're right. We have to be fair. We have to be straight out in this game. That side couple.
No. The side couple ending. Yeah, change the whole age, right?
We have to change the age.
The ending as well completely must change, right? So, because we're trying to be fair,
I didn't just dog on all these others just to be like unfair.
Because it's supposed to be, there's something that must, like, we have to shift something completely. It's going to change the entire story. Because if we're changing the entire ending, the trajectory of the entire story is changing. So we need to be fair.
Mediocre at best it is.
Mediocre at best.
Gosh.
And the final one. The final one. History 4. Close to You. The most recent history and also the sequel to make our days count. And I fucking hate it. I hate it here. Anyway, before we get into it. Synopsis. Managing the sales division of one of the most sought-after wedding planning companies in the country, Xiaoling Cheng can close a deal without even blinking an eye. But when it comes to love, Li Cheng, right, is the first to admit that he could use a little help. Having harbored a crush on Liu Mei Fang, she shares the name with the Alan Liu. Is it? Okay, no, we'll come back to it. We don't have to talk about the connections of history right now. Since childhood, Li Cheng decides that the only way to attract attention of his lifelong love is to recruit the help of his co-worker, Teng Muren, right? Yep, Teng. Knowing Mei Fang is a bit of a sojushi, Li Cheng asks Muren to be his date, hoping the attention of the handsome Muren will spark Mei Fang's interest in him. But what starts as an innocent act between friends soon begins to morph into something more. Meanwhile, the company's creative director, Ye Xingxi, I'm sorry, finds himself caught in an equally unexpected relationship with this two-faced stepbrother, Bu Yongjie, a medical student with an inexplicable obsession with the Xingxi. As opposite from each other as night and day, the two brothers can't seem to escape the tangled web they have inadvertently woven around each other.
Comes full together.
I'm sorry. As the moment struggle their feelings, they begin to realize that when it comes to the matters of the heart, anything is possible. But will they allow themselves to follow where their hearts lead?
Listen. Just so I'm able to have some semblance of control, I'm gonna start off about the main couple first. I know that if I start with the side couple, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Yeah.
So go off, sis. I'll go with the fucking first couple, the main couple.
Yeah.
Right. Their whole their premise. I remember reading the premise in general for
and being no.
Yeah. For both couples.
Yeah.
More than the main couple, but
It was already
I was like, it's a no for me, but it's history, so we have to watch it,
We're doing it for the culture.
We're doing it for the culture. We've already started the series. We're
gonna finish it. We're sitting towards the end.
It was just a hard no. And then, but we watched the drama. I have to say, the main couple did better than I expected.
That's true.
What they could have been, what I expected it to be,
it wasn't that.
It wasn't that.
It wasn't.
It could have been worse. I mean, already when they were doing the whole thing of pretending to be my boyfriend, but I was like, oh, ick. Gives me the ick. But the way they went about it, I don't know.
They did amazing.
Even him coming clean to the girl that he was trying to check. And being like, listen, I have feelings for you, so I lied this entire time. But I actually do like my best friend.
I ended up actually gaining feelings.
I was joking
at the beginning because I was trying to get into your pants, which is disgusting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you hate me, if you can hate me. But I actually ended up developing feelings for him ultimately.
Both of these guys had a thing where they used these girls she used a girl in some capacity to try to prove their straightness. Yeah, even Tang Moran, at some point, he couldn't face the fact that okay, I'm attracted to my best friend and I might like him. So he decided to go date a girl, knowing full well that he had no feelings for her.
Yeah.
But thankfully as well, he also confessed, said sorry,
honest to her.
The girl got to call him a piece of shit a bit and say, don't do that shit again. That's not fair.
And I also really like the way that the girl actually said it herself, because she was literally there hey, I still don't understand why you wouldn't want to get with me when I'm this hot.
Have you seen me?
But don't ever fucking do this to any other girl again. Otherwise, you will deal with me personally. She literally was don't...
Boss behavior.
Boss behavior. I loved her so much.
I loved her. I appreciated that. And then they did get together. And when they did, shit was cute.
Communication as well. Like,
Oh my gosh.
when they fell in love, like,
Advocating for that.
bro,
Consent and communication.
consent and communication are top tier for me. And these songs, the only part where I was like, okay, we might have had a little bit of iffy consent is when the guy kissed Tung Tung without his permission.
Yeah, that was it.
That was like when Li Cheng kissed Peng Tung, like initially, that was all like, But outside of that, communication, consent, they had all the hallmarks of a cute relationship developing from scratch. The way that they went about everything, the way that they talked, even the conflicts that they had, the way that they handled them, perfect.
And they were meant to be like the comedic relief of the thing.
They were supposed to be the
they were, because the fucking side couple, the side couple was not comedy. So like they were definitely like the comedic relief. So the fact that they're not supposed to be taken that seriously, but they had their moments where they were like, okay, we're gonna bring it full circle.
They were carrying.
They were carrying. They were really carrying because the side couple is a hard no. The synopsis was a no. The execution was a no.
Everything.
Every fucking thing was a no. At no point was I saying yes to that couple. There's nothing that was done from the beginning till the end where I was even there remotely. The only part where I was like, oh my god, something, was the dad being like, no. The dad was the best. The dad was the
character out of like that side couple.
They tried to light us into thinking that the dad. No, the dad was normal. The dad was the only one.
Their mom was not normal.
Their mom was not normal.
They themselves were not normal.
Let's talk to dad and convince him of, no, the dad. None of that. Can I just also say, the dad walked out. The dad was like, I'm okay with you being gay, but don't you? That's the brother's
That was my biggest one. Because the dad was like, hey, I don't care if you're gay. You can be gay as much as you want. But
it's your brother.
It's your brother.
My brother showed us a video of you guys fucking.
I didn't break it down. I didn't give you a timeline of it.
This shit doesn't get like. Guys, timeline.
You're wrong with wrong.
You just want to do it. First of all, this guy, like the brother, right? Stalking his older brother. That's where it started. The stalking was fucking weird because he would sneak into his house, snip him while he was sleeping, like touch his hand, stuff like that. It was fucking. Please hold it together. Hold it to fucking get it. The brother was out here looking at his pictures in the middle of the night that he took secretly and all that stuff. That was already weird, but whatever. Then the brother decided, oh no, my brother's best friends are a little too close to him.
Let me basically like assert my authority and like try to make sure that he'll never like ever leave me or anything. So I'll have the right idea to sexually assault him. And not just sexually assault him, but like, oh no. He gave him like drugs. He drugged him. And he went and he put his thing in. Oh, he went away with his.
He fucked his brother while he was he was drugged. Please, while he was drugged, and then on top of that, recorded the entire thing.
I am supposed to root for them by the end
because he wanted to show that to the dad, so he can say to the dad.
Because it hits of how it's gonna make it easier for the dad to accept that. Oh. Now my two sons are into each other. My God!
What was the point?
My God!
What was going on?
It doesn't get any worse. I don't think when you...
It's new to the world, by the way. This is not
the first one you should watch.
It's not the first one you should watch.
It's the first one you should watch.
There's this line, y'all. I need you to gather around. There's this line that is said, and when I tell you,
I mentally checked out after.
I mentally checked out. I was like, so basically the entire time the older brother is saying no to the relationship because he's like, no, you're my little brother. We're not gonna fucking date. But then eventually he caves in. But he doesn't just cave in and say we're gonna date. He says this line and like, stay with me here. He says the line, I want you to be both my brother and my lover.
Tell me, like,
both my brother and my lover.
I'm dying on the hill that this is one of the worst stories out there.
By far.
This is one of...
Like I said, we've had like so many incest ones. Literally, we have Stay With Him is incest. Crossing the Line has incest. Close to You's incest
is on another level. It's incest. It's sexual assault. It's stalking. It's literally not having any consideration for anybody else's feelings, because when he like, how could you show your father a video of...
He had a heart attack, by the way, the dad. Yeah. The dad had a heart attack. As you
also imagine a child,
yeah, like, right? What the fuck?
Like, how could you show your father a video of you sexually assaulting your brother?
And then it's okay.
And then on top of that, the mom the entire time knew that he was obsessed with his brother. The mom, this entire time, was keeping it a secret from the father, because she was thinking that, no, if I tell the father, it's going to ruin our relationship. I'm going to keep it a secret. It'll be a secret.
Just also, in case you don't know, they are step siblings once again.
Yeah.
But, like, that doesn't change anything, because they are... Once again, it is incest. And once again, they grew up together. Literally, their whole thing of the little brother ending up being obsessed with the older brother is that there was an incident that happened once again where they trauma bonded. And the brother gained this... I don't know, he confused once again the whole... He has a familiar
bond with romantic bond,
literally. And I hated it. I hated that they got together at the end. There's nothing I liked about that. Then they had this whole...
Do you know?
Oh my God, they hadn't... when they had these scenes where, like, they were sitting at the dinner table with the family, the dad is accepting, the mom is upsetting.
No, let me tell you the part that actually really grinded my gears, right? What if the side couple had issues and then they went to him for advice? I was like... the people to ask advice from, like, you went to the guy that drugged and sexually assaulted his brother in order for him to get in a relationship with him, to get advice. That was your choice. That was the what? Like, I'm sorry. No. Anyway, let's rank up. By far the worst one. By far. Like, I get, like, I understand. Like,
do not fucking recommend. I want to put it in trash, but my hero and Stay Away From Me a bit. And I know there are worse dramas and there are worse. If there were no other dramas in there, I would put it in trash, but it's going into do not recommend. Like, literally. But the problem is that the do not recommend is
the premise, right? The premise in relation. No, let me tell you. Let me try to explain.
Okay,
right?
Okay.
Because this entire story could have been twisted into a horror story.
It's not the horror.
The premise to me is still there, right? It's the fact that the way that they executed it, because the way that they could have played it would have been, okay, no, we have this, like, familial bond. Yes, I am stalking him. I have an unhealthy attachment to my brother, right? Maybe he doesn't attack him, but it becomes a... Maybe he doesn't attack him because I don't, right? But like, it becomes a thing where it's like, okay, no. We are finally, as his story, given the fact that this is his story for God's sake, we're acknowledging that what we did before with incest was wrong.
I thought we were for that trip, but we never did.
We never did. I
think we're going to do that. And I don't know why I think that. At that rich and and then they just turn around and say, just kidding. You're fine, bitch. That was fucking in a bathtub.
Exactly.
Do not recommend.
So do not recommend. Because like, the premise is there. Even in the Fajushi thing, the premise is there.
But
it's the execution that I have a problem with. So it's like,
also they did this deplorable thing where they, like we said, it's the sequel to fucking Make Our Days Count. Like,
I've already said how my Make Our Days Count traumatized.
So to bring characters from Make Our Days Count into this fucking drama,
the side couple from his story, Make Our Days Count, gets married in this, by the way. It ends with their wedding. That's because remember they're working for a wedding company. So this ends with their wedding. we were worried that they were going to bring Xiang Hao Ting back. I'm not even gonna lie, like, God, I was watching that wedding scene like this, scared, holding myself. I was every single time when they did like a big like hand out, like, oh, when they mentioned you, oh, we're so in touch. Like, I was scared. I didn't want to see him. I didn't even know how many times I actually paused it. I'm not gonna lie.
Same, like that final episode. Pins and needles.
Pins and needles. It had me on pins and needles, and then luckily at the end, I think that's when they mentioned that no, Xiang Hao Ting is actually in the US. He can't come. So, but he had said, Bob, exactly. Then like, no, but he sent some flowers or everything. Plus, the way this one ended, it ended the same way that that other one ended when they got their apartment.
Yeah, literally.
And I was scared that he's gonna die. The fact that he like was so played out
the exact same way.
Exactly
the same way. Well, oh my God, they
got the new apartment. And I was like, hold on. And this is the only couple in Close to You that I like. The other couple, they can go die. This couple is the one that I like. And you're giving them the same seat. What if they die? What if you guys got the attention of that couple? Only to kill it. Bro,
it was bad.
It was,
and that just about wraps up our ranking of the history series.
Yeah. If you guys want clarification as to how these different histories are connected,
that's a separate video.
That's a separate video entirely. We could literally just go into the universe, how things affect each other and whatever, and what we can go into it and what we would change about the things, how we would rewrite it, and on top of that, how I felt like the next history should be handled. Like, Close to You didn't need to happen. I would have had an entirely different plot.
100% didn't need to happen.
So
I don't know what the point was.
I don't know why I only like the side couple anyway. Anyway, that about wraps it up for ranking the history universe. If you disagree again, you're welcome to leave a comment. If you want to debate us or try to convince us that one of your faves should be ranked higher, you're welcome to. We're not going to deny it. Leave a comment where you can, or, get into contact.
Yeah.
We're welcome to suggestions. I doubt you're going to change them.
Yeah, I doubt. Like, no, we've watched these.
We've watched these enough to know.
There's nothing you can say to me, but like, I still want to hear it.
I still want to hear it. Maybe you can change my mind, especially if you like bring new information.
But maybe if there's something that we missed.
Exactly. Then, yeah. Anyway, bye.
Bye.